This dual fulfillment. There is the immediate prophetic fulfillment and the future prophetic fulfillment. And then verse 12. And verse 12 of Isaiah 14, read that with me. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? So this is a reference to Lucifer, who has fallen. He rebelled against God. But this Lucifer means light bearer. That's what the name Lucifer means. It's light bearer. But the New Vatican versions, that's the NIV, American Standard, English Standard, all those, they have removed that reference to Lucifer. And they have replaced it with either day star or morning star, which are names for Jesus Christ. Yeah. So in the new versions, they have Jesus being cast out of heaven. So they're causing confusion. So you have, for example, in the English Standard Vatican Bible, how you are fallen from heaven, O day star. Lucifer's gone, and now they say, day star has fallen from heaven. How you are cut down to the ground. So can we agree that according to this Bible, we identify the day star and we know who's been cut down to the ground and fallen? Well, according to 2 Peter 1:19, we read, until the dawn and the day star rise in your hearts. The day star is Jesus Christ. So according to the new versions, the day star, Jesus Christ, has been cast out of heaven, has fallen down. That's exactly what they're teaching in the New Age and the occult. And they're teaching in a lot of cults too. And again in the NIV, which is the New International Vatican Bible. Right. How you have fallen from heaven, morning star. Now who's the morning star? According to Revelation 22, I, Jesus, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David and the bright morning star. So the NIV and the ESV have the day star, the morning star, being cast out of heaven and cut down. If the morning star is fallen from heaven, we're promised in Revelation 2:26 and 28, he that overcometh, I will give him the morning star. Now if that is Satan, because what they'll say is, oh, that's really a reference to Satan, even though it says morning star. Well, you're going to hand me the morning star if I overcome? No thanks. Satan wants one thing, and that is for you not to be clear on who Jesus is and on the gospel. Amen. I mean, it's no guess as to who's behind all this. Yes, we could blame the seminarians, the scholars. They're being used, but the devil is behind it all. Amen. That's right. Lucifer is transformed into an angel of light, and the world is embracing him because of the confusion being bred in these new versions. Just to give you an example how Lucifer is getting a kind of a facelift, and they're making Lucifer look like a wonderful thing. Here's an example. Our Lucifer instrument helps astronomers see through darkness to most distant observable objects. They come up with this instrument to use with a telescope that helps them see into the darkness of space, and they named it Lucifer. Here's from the report on it. A new instrument with an evil-sounding name is helping scientists see how stars are born. Lucifer, which is what they call this thing. It stands for Large Binocular Telescope Near Infrared Utility with Camera and Integral Field Unit for Extragalactic Research. So it's easy to see why they wanted a, what do you call that? Acronym. It's, that. But why Lucifer? I mean, they had to leave out a bunch of stuff. Yeah, to come up with Lucifer. It's quite a stretch there to come out with that. And it says it's a chilled instrument attached to a telescope in Arizona. Yes, it's named for the devil, whose name itself means morning star. There you go. No, it doesn't. It's Christian scholars who have caused this confusion and for people to believe that lie. Lucifer does not mean morning star. But it wasn't meant to evoke him, according to a spokesman for University of Arizona, where his house. Now look at this last paragraph. Lucifer is part of the large binocular telescope which happens to be right next to the Vatican Observatory.
That all fits.
There. In Mount Graham, Tucson. That's right. This is a secular article, by the way. That's right. The Vatican has an observatory in Arizona named by Jesuit astronomers. Now its next-door neighbor is named for the devil. Rather fitting. I just want to show you now how this distortion, in other words, Christian scholars and teachers in seminaries have helped Lucifer be transformed into an angel of light. No one would listen to just anybody. They got this from Christian scholars. And here's the result. This woman, we're going to go back, Madeline Montalban, she was born Dolores North. She also wrote under the name Sylvia Royals. She was an English ceremonial magician in the 19th century. And she founded the Order of the Morning Star, which sounds familiar because the Masonic female branch is the Order of the Eastern Star. And she said that Lucifer's identification as the morning star equates him with Lumiel, whom she regarded as the archangel of light. Look at that. Exactly what Paul said 2,000 years ago, and it's literally coming to pass in our day, where Lucifer is being transformed into an angel of light. That went the wrong way. Now, the figure on the right, I think, is probably a fair representation, my right, to be your left, probably a fair representation of what Lucifer looks like, because I just have a feeling there's an effeminate thing to him. In this day of Sodom and Gomorrah. But he's still, there's a fleshly beauty to him. And you see the wings. And that's what we see with a lot of these angels so-called today. Effeminate, big wings. Let me tell you, they're not angels because angels aren't effeminate and don't have wings.
Amen.
Biblical angels are male and don't have wings. You say, why? I don't know. Ask God when you get there.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. Now look what Helena Blavatsky, she published a magazine called Lucifer. And this was a very popular magazine. By the way, it's one that Westcott and Hort read, producers of the Vatican versions in the 1880s. This is a quote in a letter that she wrote to her sister. How would you like to get this letter from your sister? Quote, "We are about to found a magazine of our own, Lucifer. Don't allow yourself to be frightened." I almost hear her voice. "It is not the devil." "Into which the Catholics have falsified the name of the morning star, sacred to all the ancient world of the bringer of light, Phosphorus, as the Romans often called the mother of God and Christ. And in St. John's Revelation, does it not say, I, Jesus, the morning star?" See, she's twisted. She's saying that Lucifer, he's not ugly, he's not nasty, he's the morning star, which is exactly what they call Jesus. Which is exactly why we should not be using the new versions which teach that.
Amen. That's right.
And that's the confusion that you see in the New Age. And so we have this wonderful, beautiful, you would think that was Gabriel or Michael, but no, that's the picture of Lucifer